Morning guys, how's it going today? Hope you're all having a good day. What I'm thankful for today, since I might have not done this very consistently, is I'm thankful for new discoveries. So I'm running the water line into the house today. That's the project. So I ran the electric in earlier in the front of the house, so in the back of the house. So the situation here is, this is real life here. Got stuff sitting everywhere, kids, you know. I got the city water right here coming in. So I got the water meter. I dug down and found where it comes in and where it goes out. So currently it runs in under just on this corner right here. And I thought about replacing it, but I think I'm just going to leave it, and if it ever fails, which it shouldn't because it's PEX, but if it ever does fail, bring it around the corner with this. So I have enough on my plate. I think I'm just going to run it into this corner. But what I'm going to do right here, this is just temporary septic line for the camper, but I'm going to dig in here, and I kind of have to go around because our camper's here. Also this water meter for the city, but I want to dig the well in here. So I've been doing a little digging here, and I had a little discovery this morning, which is kind of interesting. I haven't hit many rocks at all on this place at all, but this morning I started digging and I hit so many rocks, big ones too, big flat ones. Then I got to look in here. I had put this frost-free in right here. This is our water source at the moment, but I had put this frost-free in a couple months ago, and I must have just missed this. So check it out. I was thinking, this looks like something. You guys have any guesses down in the comments what you think this looks like? I'll give you a second. So to me, it might be a little harder to tell in the video, but it looks like it's an old foundation. Old stone foundation. Look how close it was here to where I put the frost-free in, which I did just outside of the well house. I talked about that well pump earlier and how I got that up and going. But yeah, check it out. They're all neatly stacked together. And I don't know if this is the corner and it turns a little bit. By the way, it's a bracelet that my son made here. He's creative. But I think, looking at it, that there's an old foundation here and it's running this way. Probably right under the camper. I mean, I don't know how big it could have been. It could have just been an old cabin. Maybe Daniel Boone camped out here, you know. But no, this was interesting. There's not really enough. I mean, we've been finding a lot of glass and old nails and stuff anywhere we dig in this yard. So I'm wondering if it could potentially be an old building that was here. And, you know, when it was garbage, they just buried it all in here. But yeah, it's just interesting. There's a whole layer here. Before I took it apart, because I need to come through here, I don't really have any options. And I'm curious if I'm going to hit more when I come over this way, you know, as I come in that direction. But man, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. You can kind of see here. It doesn't look like it's very deep, and I don't know what was above it or how deep it used to go. But I really think it looks like it was put there and stacked neatly like it was a foundation. Because, like I said, I haven't found hardly a rock anywhere else that I've been digging, but now I did. But if only we knew the history. This could be from the 1800s. You know, it's interesting. So, just thought I'd share that with you guys. And I guess all that to say is the plan is, see, right now we're getting our water from there for the camper and the shed and stuff, and just for watering animals. I had put a T down below this frost-free so that I could continue on, so it's somewhere buried in there yet. And it's going to continue on all the way around here, around this meter for the other water, and then come in here to the house. Well, I got this all exposed over here. So now I'm working down here on this end. I want to get the part exposed by the house, and just when you thought things couldn't get any stranger, what we find over here digging by the house, we found a blue water line and two white, smaller half-inch lines. And we have no idea where they go. Short ones are cut off right here. And this one, if it was the one coming from the city water right over here, it would be shooting water out. But I also know that in the house, it runs in here around the corner, inside here. So I don't know what's going on around the corner here, but they seem to be abandoned. I don't know if it could have been buried for like a hot tub back here or something. Really strange. No no evidence of that. The date on the pipe was 2012 when that blue pipe was made, so I'm guessing it was probably done in 12 or 13, but really interesting. Alright, well, we continued on and no more surprises besides those water lines there that got cut off. Still don't know where they went. So inside, what I had to do, you can kind of see where the city water comes in this blue line right here, and then I had to dig in that corner and come in with this 1-inch white line, this PEX, and for now I'm just running it over there through the block wall over to the mechanical room. That block wall is going to come down, but I wanted to run it down lower than the floor joist right over there. So this is the other side. I just brought it in through there. This is the old line here. It still has pressure, but when I turn it off, then I can remove that. And I just ran it wild for now, so I have plenty in here. It's going to go under the stairs here somewhere, probably a water softener under in this corner. So yeah, continuing on the ditch here, this is where the city water was, and I dug down and found that in the ditch so that way I didn't get too close to it. You never want to get too close to a line that you're going to cross in a ditch. So then I got some 1-inch PEX here. This is made for direct bury. We only have to go 2 foot for frost here, which is nice. So I ended up replacing this with a nicer one. It's a Merrill, but it's a lot smoother operating than the other one that I had on there. I think that was a Woodford, but it was just a cheap one from Lowe's. So then I got this on here. I'm going to add a bunch of gravel with a frost-free to drain out when you shut it off. It's got this little hole here that drains the whole pipe out above it so it doesn't freeze. And so I'm going to pile a bunch of gravel around there and put some, like a big heavy-duty trash bag or something to keep the dirt out of the gravel so it has a place to drain. Then I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I'm not actually sure what it's called, but my local plumbing supply place had it for 1-inch PEX, because I have this T right here where I come to the frost free and then I continue on to the house. But they said that's approved for underground burial instead of a normal crimp PEX fitting. They said a lot of people do that to save money, then they just wrap it up in a trash bag and stuff, but you don't ever want this to fail since it's underground. So they have this specifically made for that. I think it's made out of brass or bronze, and it is specifically made for PEX. The way it's designed, it has a fitting inside here that compresses on there when you tighten it up, and then you just tighten this on the end as well to tighten it down onto the PEX. But it has a sleeve that goes inside the PEX that's about 2 inches long, or 3, and anyway, it works really good. So I don't know what to tell you that it's called, but it's specifically made for underground burial like that. I'm going to cover this whole line up with some good dirt before any rocks would ever get on it. You can probably kind of see there what I did. Put about 6 inches of nice dirt over top, make sure to sort so there's no rocks in it at all to protect that, and I might even add a little bit more. Once it has a good foot, any of these big rocks should not bother it. So anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Random side note, so that's the frost free that I just installed, and this one here is the one I had on there. It's a Woodford, but it's kind of a cheap one from Lowe's. It is actually made in USA, but this handle works incredibly difficult. The kids especially struggled with it, but it just really doesn't work easy. Then I got this one, which I really liked how well it worked on the handle part, but this is a Merrill as well. I got it from the local supply house, and it was a little more expensive, but I could not get it to quit leaking. I did some adjusting on it. It has this adjustable part here. I already got it packed up, so I'm not going to do that again, but to show you. But I did install it, and I could not get it to quit leaking. I did some adjusting and just couldn't get any better. But when it was turned on, it still leaked out of this little weep hole right here, the drain hole. It would leak out of there slowly when the thing was turned on. And we have it on 24/7 right now with feeding to the camper and stuff, so that would just waste water, and I could not get it to shut off for the life of me. But then I found this same one here. It was even a little cheaper. It was $125 from a local ag supply place. Same brand, and it's a Merrill, but this one did not leak, and it did great. It's a little bit shorter than I like, but we only have to do 2 foot bury here, and it's only 2 feet out of the ground, I think. I like to have mine 3 feet up, but if it doesn't leak, it's worth it. So this one I just screwed on. I've been monitoring it for a while before I close it up, and it works beautiful. So this one is made in UAE. I don't know if it matters, this Merrill, but that Merrill there is actually made in USA, it says. So just thought I'd show you the one that I ended up using. And I love this one for the fact of how smooth it is too. I'm not going to shut it off right now, but it works really effortlessly even with this style handle. I don't know if it helps you guys, but thought I would share my experience with that. So the other day I had got this water line dug in, and then I got this dirt all filled in all the way around here. So that has come together pretty nice.